Throughout the journey of physical training, perhaps each of us has heard advice about perseverance, not giving up, and working hard to reach our goals. However, few emphasize an equally important point: listening to and understanding your own body. In fact, the ability to recognize the small, silent signals from within is the key to training safely, sustainably, and achieving long-lasting results. There is a paradox that many beginners often encounter. They believe that the more they train and the heavier the weights, the more effective it will be. But in reality, the human body is not a machine that just needs fuel to operate continuously without stopping. Amid the moments of muscle tension, weightlifting, and intense calorie burning, the role of pauses, the rest days, becomes an indispensable link for comprehensive development. Why is rest from training important? First, you need to understand the recovery mechanism. Every time you train, especially at high intensity, your muscle fibers are damaged at a microscopic level. The body needs time to repair and regenerate, and as a result, the muscle fibers become thicker and stronger. If you keep pushing yourself without stopping, the muscles won't have time to recover, which can easily lead to exhaustion, injury, or even a complete mental breakdown. Resting is also a way to reduce the risk of injury. When the body is overloaded, the coordination between muscle groups, nerves, and joints becomes less effective. Chronic injuries such as ligament strains, tendinitis, and arthritis can silently accumulate, and one day they may flare up and force you to stop training for a long time, something no one wants. Training performance is also an important measure. A person who knows when to rest will always be full of energy during each workout, feeling excited and making steady progress. Conversely, training while exhausted only makes you slower, more prone to stress, and lose the initial joy. So how can you accurately recognize when to stop, rest, or adjust the intensity of your training? The answer lies in listening to the warning signs from your body, a skill that anyone can learn as long as you truly pay attention. One of the most common signs is an unusual aching sensation. Muscle soreness after exercise, also known as DOMS, is normal and indicates that the muscles are adapting to a new level of activity. However, if you experience sharp, prolonged pain, debilitating pain, or swelling that limits movement, these are warning signs. Your body is signaling that you have exceeded a safe limit. At that point, don't hesitate to stop and recover. Prolonged fatigue is also a signal that should not be ignored. If you continuously feel sluggish, unwilling to move, even after getting enough sleep, or are unable to complete familiar exercises, you may have fallen into a state of overtraining. This not only affects physical strength, but can also negatively impact the immune system, increasing the risk of illness. A sudden decline in training performance is also a strong warning sign. If you notice that despite eating and resting as usual, your performance decreases significantly, your resting heart rate increases, and your recovery time after each workout is longer, consider taking more rest. This is a way to protect your achievements and long-term health. Spirit also plays a significant role. When you feel discouraged, lose motivation, become irritable, or even anxious and stressed about training, take a moment to pause and listen to your inner self. The body and mind are always closely connected. A prolonged low mood will lead to a decline in physical condition, and vice versa. Sometimes relaxing, unwinding, or allowing yourself to rest is the most effective remedy. To listen to your body accurately, start with small but effective habits. First, monitor your resting heart rate. You can use smart wearable devices or phone apps. If your resting heart rate increases by 5 to 10 beats per minute, above normal for several consecutive days, it is a sign that your body is under significant stress and needs recovery. Second, keep a training journal and note how your body feels. Record each workout, the level of fatigue, mood, and quality of sleep. After a while, you will clearly see the body's response patterns and recognize when to increase intensity and when to stop. Third, take time to listen to your inner self. Every day, try sitting quietly for a few minutes. Close your eyes, pay attention to your breathing, and feel each part of your body. Mindfulness exercises, meditation, and deep breathing help you connect with subtle signals that are sometimes very difficult to notice in a busy life. So when should you take a day off? And when do you need a long break? Taking 1-2 days off is usually suitable after a continuous 3 to 5 day training streak, or when you feel mild soreness, slight fatigue, or your routine is disrupted by lack of sleep or mental stress. Taking a week or more off, also called a recovery week, should be applied when you experience many signs of accumulated fatigue, after 6 to 8 weeks of high-intensity training, or when your body does not recover despite short breaks, or when you have health issues that require treatment. An important thing to remember: taking a break from training does not mean giving up, but is an essential part of progressing further. It is a proactive and smart way to manage your own health. During rest days, you can still maintain your performance through light physical activities, called active recovery. Instead of lying still, try walking, practicing yoga, stretching, gentle swimming, or relaxing cycling. These activities help blood circulation, promote recovery without putting pressure on the body. At the same time, focus on recovery by getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, eating foods rich in protein, vitamins, and minerals, drinking enough water, and possibly adding massage, acupuncture, or alternating hot and cold baths. Mental health also needs care. Take advantage of rest time to read, meditate, listen to music, meet friends, or simply write down your feelings and reset your goals. Listening to your body is a skill, not an instinct. Many people think they understand themselves well, but in reality, we are often caught up in the pressure of achievements, comparing ourselves to others, fearing being judged as weak, or simply lacking knowledge about recovery. It's time to change this mindset. Health is a long-distance race. No one judges you just because you know when to stop at the right time. Finally, remember, your body always whispers before it screams. Listen when it first knocks. Don't wait until it has to break everything to get your attention. Taking a break from training is not a failure, but a sign of a wise person who knows how to take care of themselves and is ready to go further than others. That is what makes the difference between someone who trains sustainably and someone who gives up halfway. So, from today, learn to listen to every heartbeat, every breath, every silent emotion of your body. Loving yourself is not only the motivation to start, but also the patience to know when to stop, rest, recover, and continue reaching for new heights. The greatest strength sometimes does not lie in what you can do, but in knowing when to stop, be silent, and recharge for the journey ahead. And that is the secret to maintaining sustainable health for each of us.